but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before the new. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed. When we play our roles and ignore the problems. I like to be away in my patience. Stay up, I feel so outdated. How can we look the other way? Sun is out, but the sky is gray. What would happen if I took a chance? It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow, I think I'll chew it. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed. When we play our roles and ignore the problems. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed. When we play our roles and ignore the problems. I wish I knew. I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away. Cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Got a buildup of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose.
And it's SpecDubPod! With a very different look to it than per usual. I'm on a TV. Look at me, I'm on a TV. I want the telly. That's because today's SpecDubPod is a special SpecDubPod. It's so special. It's the 1 year anniversary of SpecDub! And it wasn't fair. Oh, that's a fair point, actually. Well, it didn't seem right that I should be on the sofa this week because it's all about how we all started. That's what the SpecDubPod's about. And the people that started it are sat on the sofa. Wow. This is wonderful. I am now going to try and adjust the thing so you guys can hear them. And I can see why. if everybody... Okay, I'm nearly there, chat. Oh, and they should be able to hear you now.
Woohoo! We're free!
Woo, there we go.
I'm free!
So starting that again. Here we are, SpecDubPods, 1 year anniversary.
Here we. I mean,
Here we fucking go.
it does bear mentioning that it should have been, maybe should have left it as it was. Emma, for fuck's sake, right? But it does bear mentioning that it is very fitting that on our 1 year anniversary we start with a tech issue.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's all things considered, right?
Of course.
That is about as SpecDub as it gets, right?
Aye. The only way it could be more SpecDub is if somehow we managed to turn that into a tangent. That's
I mean, we already have.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
We're here. We're in it.
This is about as well as
yeah, we're
Welcome.
I thought we'd
Welcome,
sit
welcome.
here, we'd do the quick introduction, we'd move on to the video, and everything be great, but it's already been probably like half an hour of you guys just talking shit, and nobody heard you.
You God.
I mean, I'm used to people not listening when I talk anyway. That's fine, but that's just...
Me too, man. Me too.
Sorry, can you both say that again? I wasn't listening.
Hey!
Damn it.
The fuck, that was a setup. Anyway.
Anyway, so the reason I am not on the sofa, I will repeat, is that I didn't start SpecDub. I wasn't part of the founding members, but 3 of the founding members are here on the sofa right now.
Hey!
Hi, I exist.
Hello, we're responsible for this shit.
I'm
I
so
will
sorry
take
for
no
the comment.
responsibility for any of this. I'm just saying.
You are equally to blame.
Typical
Your
English,
it's all your
refusing
fault.
responsibility straight away, mate.
Exactly,
Just
yeah.
like, it wasn't me, it wasn't me.
It wasn't
Alright? We just found all that stuff in the British Museum. That's right, we found it in the beach.
So,
It's not our fault it washed up on our shores. I don't know what to tell you. It's not our
Exactly, yeah. Goodness knows how it got in my pocket. Anyway.
so before we go into everything, let's have a quick reminder of the last year.
I keep hearing banjos. Are you playing a banjo? Ooh, fish.
What did you say, sir?
I keep hearing banjo. There we go.
She was my secretariat. What a shock it was to hear what she has done.
God damn it, Daniels.
What? Damn it, dammers! As always. I mean, come on, SpecDub's what about. We always go on tangents. Come on. The rabbit was taking a ship. A ship?
I'm sorry, what now? You think you're what now?
Wasn't born yesterday.
No one in this court is accusing you of that, Mr.
Hey, wait up!
Of course, I'm completely innocent. I was home playing the jingly keys.
Why? Why is it vibrating?
Right, let's go.
SpecDub 1 year anniversary, and you probably heard the end of that conversation.
Woohoo!
Woo!
So after a year of this interesting experiment, why don't you all tell us why it all started, how it all started?
Well, I
Yeah,
believe
Shamus.
that's a question for our man Shammers there.
Yeah. So I'd kind of been wanting to do a project similar to this for a while. One of my favorite.
You were muted when you went to that screen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, I do
Okay.
apologise.
That's okay.
We'll stay on this screen.
We'll stay on the screen for now. Fair.
Stuff.
So, essentially, it was I'd been wanting to do a project similar to this for a while, especially after I'd done a bit of voiceover training in the late 2010s. Can't remember exactly which year, but mid to late 2010s. And I was influenced by a chap called Tyranny, who runs his own project called the Let's Dub Project that does a very similar thing, but specifically for YouTube videos. And I kind of got to a point that I went, oh, Kira said they quite want to do voiceover projects. Cyber would probably be a fun person to include in this. Let's see if I can get them to join in. Messaged them both. Kira was eager, if not very nervous.
Very nervous.
As she is wont to be with lots of things. And
Bro just called me weird.
I was fucking right.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know, I asked Cyber, and Cyber said yes, probably because he probably went, you know what, he's probably going to fuck this up. I may as well go and be there with him to laugh at him.
That was not the thing. That was the thing. This will be good for my genuine thing. I was like, oh, this is going to be fucking class. We'll get through maybe the first episode of Phoenix Wright, and you know, if we get an audience, great. If we don't, you know, we've done a couple of weeks and it's been great. 1 year fucking later.
1 year and an expanded cast later, and we're...
Oh, well.
Expanded to the best people, obviously.
This turned into a commitment.
Yeah, 1 year later, and we are here, yes. And Tyranny and the Let's Dub Project, absolutely worth going to check them out on YouTube. As they've been going since the early 2010s, they are a lot further ahead with the Phoenix Wright stuff than we are. So if you don't want spoilers, maybe not. But they've done other things as well. So
I'm kind of, without being horrible, I'm kind of glad I haven't watched them, so I'm not taking inspiration for voices.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was kind of a big thing when we first started. Was that obviously Shammers had said when you'd messaged me initially. You'd mentioned the Tyranny things, like if you want to watch this for inspiration to see why, the kind of thing I'm wanting to do, but on Twitch instead, and kind of get the theatre aspect of it, here you are. And immediately I was like, you know what, I think I watched the Phoenix Wright, I think I watched a couple of episodes of the Phoenix Wright anime, and I listened to a supercut of all of Sam Riegel's voice lines from the original game. Which is just a lot of hold it and objection. Because it was originally on the Game Boy Advance, and they couldn't really do that shit. Well, the Japanese version was Game Boy Advance, here it was the DS. Yeah. But yeah, so it was kind of that used, knowing that was there for inspiration, but simultaneously kind of being like, you know, everyone was on the same page of we're going to do our own thing with this, we're going to make up our own, we're going to grab this and kind of run with it. It was a really good place it still is a really good place to be and just try new things, voiceover wise, whether that's a voice, whether that's a particular acting style, even just getting an advice on how best to set up your microphone and whatnot. I think I've had two, maybe, I've went through 2 mics since joining SpecDub.
Oh shit! Didn't even realize.
Yeah, fuck you too. Oh, what's that? You upgraded? Wasn't worth a damn. You're still shit.
Genuinely, I didn't notice.
There's £300 you're not getting back, you Scott prick.
Excuse me for not being able to hear differences in mics. Jesus Christ.
See what this is? This is just the classic English putting the Scotsman down, right? This is what it all comes down to, right? This is what it all comes down to. This is what we've dealt with as founders, right? It's been the Celts versus the English.
You in a pickle jar.
Oh,
oh God. I love how it's the Celts versus the English, and there's only 2 English people on the cast.
I know, but that's enough.
And there's only one
here. You ever say something and then hear it? I am so sorry. That is much worse than I intended. That was so much worse than I intended it to be.
But no, speaking of which, the Phoenix Wright early days, why Phoenix Wright to begin with?
I kind of thought, well, with the Phoenix Wright thing, I'd kind of done a bit of research into potential games, and the whole Phoenix Wright series from the Let's Dub project is phenomenal, from Tyranny's group, and I kind of always thought it would be something that I'd want to do with SpecDub regardless. And then I kind of saw the fan wikis and went, oh, this has scripts. We might be able to practice a little bit beforehand. Fantastic. We have now a reference point if we're sort of, if we want to go and practice lines and practice voices and that kind of thing.
Yes.
Yes, and so it's one that I thought would be a good sort of starting place because they had those extra resources that some games might not have, like, for example, To the Moon that we did very early on when one of our cast at the time came down with whooping cough and we ended up having to do that very last minute. That didn't have a script at all. I'd seen it dubbed over again, Let's Dub Project, but there wasn't really a script we could go off because there wasn't. It doesn't have. Those that watched it with us, it's a beautifully done game, and in fairness, the cast we had for it did a phenomenal job with a lot of sight reading and that kind of thing. But it doesn't have a script, so we weren't able to, or at least we didn't think to play through the game separately to know what was coming. And we didn't really have the time, to be completely honest, because we kind of went, oh, we don't have voice acting content for Sunday, what are we going to do? And just kind of went with it. And so I thought Phoenix Wright would be a good starting point for us to do, as it had those extra resources we could go and get some good practices in with voice acting. And, one of the things I love about the cast that we have is we have a plethora of knowledge across. I think the only person on the cast that didn't have any acting experience. I'd had a little bit of narration experience with things on YouTube. The only person that didn't have any acting experience was Kira, and I will say that everyone on the cast agrees she is doing phenomenally well.
One of the best.
Yeah, absolutely. But like I've done,
in the corner blushing right now.
Stop
exactly.
it.
And
Stop
I hope,
it.
yeah, I'm sure everyone in chat will also agree. She's been doing phenomenally well.
Absolutely smashed it. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I've had professional voiceover training, and I've had I've done a little bit of narration and voiceover work on YouTube. As I'm sure any of you that follow either us here on SpecDub or Ben on his personal, Cyber on his personal channel, he is a professional working actor. Joel, again, a professional working actor. Yep. We have the wonderful Everstone Evie, who has got a degree in drama and is an absolute tech whiz, and has been editing all of our videos. All of the disclaimer videos that you've seen, all of the previously on Phoenix Wright videos, and the video that was at the start of this episode, all edited by the wonderful Everstone Evie. We've got Bree that's also done paid acting work in the past, so we've got an insanely talented cast. And so, that might sound a bit big-headed for me to say, but I do feel very lucky that everyone that's agreed to come on has gone, yes, I'll come and do it. Yeah, I'd like to do a bit more voiceover work. I'd like to learn a bit more about voiceovers. Oh, that sounds like a fun bit of amateur dramatics. We'll come and join SpecDub. So yeah, we've see more love for Kira in chat. Becca's saying Kira is amazing. I agree.
To talk on the kind of everyone kind of jumping in at the chance to join is that there's a lot of opportunities out there for folk that want to get started in acting, whether it's drama groups, colleges, clubs in your school. If you're starting that young, there's plenty of stuff out there. Same as far for music as well. You get like music and comedy. You get like open mic nights and whatnot. Voiceover, it's kind of all or nothing. There's nowhere really as a starting point for voiceover. You could maybe do your own stuff and just record demos, but you're kind of jumping in the deep end when you start with voiceover.
No, yeah, I agree with that.
Having the wherewithal to recognise that there, Shambles, and say, you know what, I'm going to fill that space. I'm going to create a studio based in the UK, but we're going to bring people in internationally as well. Where, you know what, you want to give voice acting a shot? Come on down, let's go. We've got folk that have had training in voice acting in the form of yourself, folk that have had training in professional acting in the form of myself, Stace, Joel, and obviously Bree with her as well, to kind of let's make that community of kind of building each other up and getting better as actors and helping each other throughout there. Yeah, exactly. So having that, I think that's been a massive part of. Obviously, I don't want to speak for every single person that's joined the cast since we started, but that was definitely the driving force for myself. Was like up until that point, everything else there's like every other form of like acting or like creative expression. There is an entry level part. Voiceover, that's it. You're either
for voiceover intro for you to get into it. Honestly, just start doing some of those acting groups because it is just.
Oh yeah, no, it is. Yeah, it is. As Shamas has always said time and time again in our meetings and script reads and all that. Little V, big A. That's the that's the mantra that Shamas has taught me. It's something that I've kind of taken on myself in jobs that I've been doing as well.
Yeah, and that was a piece of advice that I found whilst scrolling YouTube for voice acting tips and tricks from the legendary Ron Paulson, who it's not just me going, this is a useful bit of advice. It's come from someone who has made it big time professionally. He's been part of. You might not recognize the name Ron Paulson, but he was. Let's just get some of his parts up.
Let's see how much Shan can blabber while he's googling.
Yes, so I know Ron. Yeah, so at least one of the characters he plays Pinky in Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah, that's him.
He was part of the Animaniacs as well. He was Yakko in Animaniacs.
Yes, he's Yakko Warner. He's also the original Donatello. And the original Raphael, I think.
Yes, he was the original Raphael.
The original Raphael and played Donatello later.
Yes, so he's
that's
done
where I'm
two.
Confused. Yeah, so there was original Raphael, and then
he was also Carl Weezer from Jimmy Neutron, Jimmy's mom.
Yeah.
He was in a Goofy movie. He's been in The Land Before Time.
He also has a phenomenal show in which he gets voice actors on and kind of talks through stuff. And he has a great one with the late great Kevin Conroy, in which they have a part of the script from The Dark Knight, and to hear that script being read by those two fucking legends, and it's Conroy's Batman and Paulson's Commissioner Gordon. It is fucking phenomenal. It is so good. So hearing that's not just advice pulled from the ether, as Shamus was saying. This is it's a heavy hitter.
Heavy hitter. Yes, yeah. I'll always remember him doing. I know he was a scene from Star Wars Episode 3. The confrontation between.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's between Obi-Wan and Anakin when they're on spoilers if you haven't seen the movie, but it's been over 15 years on Mustafar.
20.
Over 20 years, sorry.
It's the 20th anniversary of this year. It's going to be back in cinemas in April, and this dumb fuck is going to see it.
It was him and I think his name's Seth Green. Who does the voice?
Green, yes.
Yeah, who does the voice of Chris in Family Guy, among others. And it was.
He also created Robot Chicken. He's one of the creators of Robot Chicken.
Yes, and it was.
So the arsehole teenager in Austin Powers.
He was indeed.
Oh, he was. Yeah, fuck. Isn't he in Buffy the Vampire Slayer at one point as well? I'm sure he turns up in Buffy.
Yes.
Pyle's saying yeah. Sorted.
Pinky versus Chris Griff. Yes, it was Ron Paulson doing Obi-Wan as Pinky from Pinky and the Brain, and Seth Green doing Chris Griffin, Anakin Skywalker as Chris Griffin.
So good.
And it was so good. It was hilarious.
Oh, no.
Ron Paulson was in absolute stitches the entire time. I think he...
I knew one.
I know. It was hilarious.
Brilliant.
So... I am so glad that this project has. We've got such a good community around us. Some of us have come in from watching cyber streams. Some of them have come in from watching Kira's. We've got people coming in from. I've got one or two people that I've one or two of my friends that I've that have come in to do this. We've got such a good. That's one of my proudest things is we're putting out good quality, decent quality content. And we've got such a good community with everyone, everyone here watching, and everyone that's come through as well. So, I could not be happier of how far we've come in 1 year. It is phenomenal.
I mean, phenomenal. it's been a rocky year as well, to say the least.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, we saw I joined and we were still doing voiceover content, and then something happened.
Something very interesting happened. Yeah.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
I'm not entirely unconvinced that Stace wasn't just behind the scenes being like, you know what, I'm fed up of doing these voices. I'm just going to cause some shit so that we can play video games for a couple of months.
I mean, because I mean, I enjoy playing video games, but I'm not someone to really stream them and really do
Oh
that.
no, yeah,
So
I totally get that.
took a
Yeah,
step back at that point. I think people got used to not seeing.
and that was fair. And honestly, fair play, because it wasn't what we'd kind of set out this thing to do. But yeah, we'd be remiss not to talk about what happened. So we started obviously this time last year, around about March, and then in I believe July of last year, SAG-AFTRA went on strike against video game content due to the contract not being updated to reflect the emergence of AI and offer protections for that. To this day, the strike is still ongoing. As despite multiple independent studios and quite a few of the big names as well agreeing to an interim contract in order to put those protections in place, there are still some pretty massive holdouts within there, most notably EA and Activision are still holding, kind of digging their heels. So to give them their full name, Activision Blizzard, to give them their full name, not letting them off the hook for that shit, are kind of digging their heels in. And so the strike is still ongoing. And so we made the decision that in solidarity we would stop the Phoenix Wright streams, hoping that the strike would maybe be 3-4 months at a push, and eventually all these big wigs would see sense and either sign the contract or at the very least update it slightly and meet a middle ground, and everything would be fine. Well, that went well, didn't it? It's still fucking going.
Oh, I wonder how that went.
Yeah. That's
oh yeah.
But I mean,
goodness me.
With fire, because it was obvious from the chat that people were enjoying the video game content, and it's why you now have 2 days on the weekends, not just one.
Yeah. Well, when we made the decision to go back to do voice acting content, it was kind of, feel free to cut me off if I'm talking absolute shite here.
Isn't that you most of the time, mate?
Get fair play. Bye. I can't leave the call because it'll fuck up the. I can't leave the call to commit to the joke because it'll fuck up the format. But just know that I would have done that if it wouldn't have fucked everything up, right? But aye. So where was I? Aye. So when we made the decision to come back to voiceover content, we'd kind of came together and went, well, obviously we know you guys as an audience are really enjoying the video game stuff. You're enjoying the community nights. We're getting involved. Myself and Kira had started a Resi 5 playthrough, which was, again, a hell of a lot of fun. Thoroughly enjoyed that. We even went back to that recently for a wee bit of Mercenaries, which was
man.
fucking stressful.
Which may I remind people we haven't unlocked all the maps for yet or gotten A ranks for yet.
Why did you need to say that shit? I could have been free.
Kira is teasing
you're not
Resident Evil.
God damn you. So we didn't want to rob the community of something that they'd come to enjoy very much, and we had come to enjoy producing as well. And so the decision was made it for that reason, and also because Twitch likes it if you stream in multiple days, and it certainly doesn't hurt sort of building the brand that little bit more and kind of deciding to take this that little bit more seriously over the course. Also, as you know, we'd started to grow, we were getting more followers, that chat was being more active. And so we added the Saturday for sort of video game content, and then obviously yourself, Stace, came forward and went, by the way, I can do podcast shit.
I used to do
Oh, really? And yeah, here we are. It's been some time. Just that strike was scary. I don't know about about either of you guys, but I was legitimately terrified at multiple points throughout it.
I think the fight's still going on, and this whole AI boom is still a terrifying prospect. We've spoken about it quite a lot on SpecDubPod anyway.
I mean, not just in terms of AI, but just in terms of SpecDub and what it would mean for us, because obviously we didn't at the time we'd said we were going to commit to this because we were technically putting out voiceover content that was tied to a video game. Admittedly, that is still fan-based content. It is completely non-profit. So, as far as SAG-AFTRA is concerned, we are 100% in the clear. But it didn't feel that way, especially when it was so very new and raw and it just happened. It was kind of like, right, we need to kind of...
I remember having the meeting, and it was a bit of a heated debate in a way, because half of us were like, "No, we're fine, we carry on." The other half were like, "No."
Yeah, and I think a lot of that came from we didn't want to lose the voiceover stuff, because I mean that's why this was started. We started this so that we could all get better as actors and get a bit of time together and just fanny about doing stupid voices to a game that we all very much enjoy. Or at the very least since joining, have come to appreciate very, very much. And to have that all of a sudden just be like, yeah, you know what? See, if you do that, you're kind of stepping on the toes of some pretty important, important debates. It was a scary thing because as each month went by, and the end date got further and further and further out of sight. It just became a point of, will this ever end? Will we ever be able to get back to our voiceover stuff? Is SpecDub just effectively a PNG/VTuber channel now? Is that what we're doing? Like, is that... And there was a lot of uncertainty, at least for... Again, I don't know about yourself, Shammers or Kira, but at least for myself looking out and from there...
Yeah. What's your views on this, Kira? You've not really spoken too much. What's been your experience with the whole strike situation?
I mean, I feel... Sorry, my throat cooperates. I feel like the strike is important because, when it comes to, like, voiceover or, like, most creative fields, AI is a massive threat, essentially. Because we've already... I think, Cyber, you mentioned an example of a company where they've already used AI voices from their voice actors instead of before it. I'm not even asking them about it either.
Yes, that was... well, it wasn't before asking them about it. It was Activision Blizzard. In the most recent Call of Duty, they basically refused to sign the agreement. The actors remained on strike, and because they remained on strike, they used AI to replicate their voices.
Yeah, so things like that, I feel like the strike is important, and I'm glad that we kind of did take part in it, because it did show that we, as a voice acting group, essentially, we kind of stand with and against AI.
Yes.
Like, we stand with the others, but against AI, so... But honestly, the video game content was really fun. I got to kill Cyber on a bridge.
Still haven't forgiven you for that, just so you know.
I killed
Tough
him on
shit.
a bridge.
I will never forget that shit.
Play the clip. No, I'm kidding.
Please don't.
We managed to beat Resi 5.
I see it every time I close my eyes. You don't need to play the clip.
We also played like Pico Park and stuff, which was really fun. And like Golf with Friends, things like that.
That was a fucking right laugh. Really enjoyed Pico Park.
I just want to remind you, Pico Park 2's out. Just saying.
I know, but
aren't they up
glad
to like
we've
4?
gotten...
Wait, seriously?
Wait, what?
There's a lot of Pico Park games.
Oh.
Yeah, but there's only one Pico Park 2.
Oh right, okay. I thought they were up to like 4 or 5. I'm sure I've seen that.
No. I'm pretty sure you might be thinking of something else, but
I probably am.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I've interrupted you there.
No, that's fine. I'm glad that we've gotten back to voice acting stuff because I do really enjoy the voice acting side of things. Like when Shammers first came to me, I was like, "Hey, I know you've done a little bit of voice acting. Do you want to do this thing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, it'll be fun." Because I have been wanting to dabble in voice acting around the time anyway. I was thinking about it because of another YouTuber I watch. So I was like, "Oh yeah, sure," but I was like, I was that one kid in high school that when drama class came around, I would do my best to avoid it. Like, not avoid class, like go to class, obviously. But when it came to being on stage, I would desperately look at my teacher, being like, "No, please don't make me do it." So I was like, "Oh, I don't have any experience with it. I have a little bit with my yandere," but I was like, "Okay, I'll give it a go and just see what happens." And yeah, I'm still here a year later. Surprised they haven't gotten sick of me yet.
This is a conversation me and Sham had actually, because we just talk about things, and the topic of
yeah.
you guys came up.
You
and I
guys were
remember
talking about me. How could you?
we were talking about you. I remember turning around to Sham categorically and saying, "I remember when I started, Kira was such a shy little thing. She's still little, but
Hey!
she's
Yes!
you are so confident these days, and the way you go into things, and your acting abilities blow me away multiple times, honestly."
I don't know what to say.
And there goes the shyness.
God damn it!
There we go.
This
Stop
is it.
Yeah.
And we're an ever-growing cast, and we've had Joel joining now,
Who's, again, also
Who's
fucking
been
fantastic.
amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then I don't know. There might be a change in the future if anybody wants to talk about it. What's coming up in the next year? Let's go.
Yes, what is coming up in the next year? We've got lots and lots of things coming up.
Am I
So-
allowed to disclose that?
We can certainly as we're celebrating things in the future. Yes. So we're almost at the end of the current case for Phoenix Wright.
Turn about samurai.
2 episodes left. And yeah, so there's 2 episodes left of that. So fingers crossed. We'll get to that. That'll be not this week, not next week. But it'll be the week after that we continue with Phoenix Wright.
So we'll be continuing that at the beginning of April.
Yes, at the beginning of April. Thank you. Yes, that is a much more succinct way of putting that. Thank you.
I'll get you back, Bill. No bother. It's all good.
And so after that, we'll be taking a bit of a break from Phoenix Wright and trying something new, voiceover-wise. What will we be dubbing, Kira, producer of this new series we're putting out?
Okay, so granted everything goes according to plan. The next thing after Phoenix Wright, if I have my timeline correct, will be Angels of Death. If there are any avid anime watchers in the chat, you may have seen the anime for it, but the game itself, with the pixel art style, being a horror, I think a psychological horror too, can't say psychological now, has no voice acting. So, I've come up with a cast list, which I will not disclose, but I can assure you that everybody will do a wonderful job, I'm certain. And yeah, so look forward to it, because I certainly am.
Yes, and I'm sure you'll do a wonderful job as the director and producer of the series as well.
I hope so. I have no experience directing at all.
But we have, again, this is a testament to how confident you've become with the SpecDub lot over the past year. Because when you started this, you probably wouldn't have had the confidence to go, I know, I'll direct something.
Oh, absolutely fucking not.
Year later, you go, I think I want to do Angels of Death. Let's do that. Some other things as well. We'd like to hear more from you lot in our Discord server, and so we will be after this weekend. I'll be working on putting this together over the weekend. We'd like to see some your creative side. So we'll be putting out some channels on the Discord for you all to make use of, to share. If you create music or create art or enjoy creating costumes for cosplay or that kind of thing, we'll be making a creative corner in our Discord to hear a little bit more from you guys and see your wonderful creative talents and that kind of thing.
And if they're really good, you may even see some of that come up on the SpecDubPod. Might have little paintings in the background of your paintings, that kind of thing,
Yep.
Ooh,
Yeah, exactly.
hell yeah.
Hell yeah! So that'll be that'll absolutely be something that we do in the future. We'll also so before this weekend, SpecDub it had studio in the name, but we were, I suppose, more of a collective, I suppose, of voice.
Very much so, yeah.
But in the next year, we'll be looking to up that and become properly a non-for-profit studio. So we'll be looking potentially at some point to what? So, Simon, what would that entail? I'll let you talk about this because you're probably better at putting this than me with your.
Well, that was your first mistake. So here we go.
Dear God.
You fucked it now, pal. But no, so what we are effectively looking to do is that, in line with the reason why SpecDub was founded, as essentially to give us all that bit of experience with voice acting and sort of create a safe space for people to come together and be creative and have it put out in such a way that is not done anywhere else, really. Yeah, you have live theatre, you have voiceover. This was a combination of the two that I thought was incredibly interesting, and is a major reason as to why I joined. And yeah, hell yeah. So the idea of kind of just keeping that to ourselves felt somewhat selfish, shall we say? So with upcoming, don't say that. I'll come up with knives. But no. I'm not allergic to shellfish. I just hate crap puns. So anyway, that's.
I'm surprised you survived. Yeah,
I'm surprised
you've lasted this long as my mate. Then, mate, that's
an absolute fucking lie as well. I love them. Anyway, I just couldn't think of a punchline to that joke and just shot myself in the foot. So anyway, so with upcoming projects, we will still be primarily casting from within our own sort of pool of voice actors that we have carefully curated over the course of our first year. However, going forward, we will also be casting out with SpecDub through our upcoming social media channels, which will be something to look out for in the future. I can't speak too much on it yet, as they are still very much in the infant stages, but that will be coming in the future. And so we will be casting on a per project basis, similar to what you would see in other production houses doing. So rather than being cast for, say, the BBC, you would be cast in, I don't know, whatever that show is for the BBC, effectively. And then if they like you, you'll bring you back and that kind of thing. So that is effectively what we are planning to do. So for upcoming projects, be sure to keep an eye first on the Discord, which is where we will initially put out our announcement that we have launched these social media channels, and then keep an eye out as we may very well be looking for, or some of you guys to respond and send in an addition or two for some upcoming projects for SpecDub.
Yes, exactly. So very exciting times for SpecDub as a newly rebranded non-for-profit studio. So yeah, hopefully we will be putting out. Our confirmed projects at the moment are we'll be continuing on with Dubbed Attorney, our flagship series, and as of about halfway through April, we will be starting on Angels of Death, both of which have been fully cast already, so there will not be casting calls for these for these projects. But as Cyber said, keep an eye out. We'll be once our socials have been set up, we'll be advertising those on our Discord, and we'll be putting as and when we do casting for any projects past the two that we've mentioned. We will be advertising those on our socials for you guys to, not just you guys, for people to
send in, yes. So
send in auditions. So yes,
you may find some new additions to the SpecDub family going forward within the next year, as while it is not a guarantee that should you be successful in your audition, you will become a full-fledged member of SpecDub, as we are trying to keep our core cast as small as possible in order just to keep it as manageable as possible on the back end. Because as wonderful as it would be to have a 10, 20 people pool of actors ready to go, it's just not feasible when it comes to things like organising script reads or even casting from the get-go.
I mean, I had to find a way to squeeze 4 people into this bloody SpecDubPod. Jesus Christ.
Exactly, yeah.
We need a bigger sofa.
So while that is
Slow
not,
on the TV.
so while it might not necessarily be a part of it, however, if it is the case that we bring people on and they do a phenomenal job, we're then naturally going to want them back for another project.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
So
and
it's effectively going to be the same way as a production house, more or less.
exactly. Yeah, and it doesn't just come down to by phenomenal job. It doesn't just come down with the SpecDub sort of way of looking at things, to talent with acting. There's been many a story over the year of very, very talented actors being dickish, to put it lightly. So, if you are, so we do have some quite stringent sort of like things. You've got to be able to fit in very well with the rest of the cast and pass the vibe check and that kind of thing as well to be,
of course, yeah,
to be brought on to the core things. A fair few extra holes to jump through, but yes, if you do, if you come on, you kill it with the acting, you fit in perfectly with the vibes that we're wanting to go for. It's like a safe space and making as many people feel as comfortable as they can. And you gel well with the rest of the cast, and yes, you'll be, you might stand a chance of getting invited into our core cast of voice actors.
I mean, it's like how we always say take the mick out of each other, as you've definitely seen on stream, calling Kira small and a furry and all that jazz. As much as we are taking the mick, she understands that, and we understand that there is that friendship and that love between us. So if we have someone coming on who didn't work under that understanding, you can see what we're saying.
Yeah, we fostered a very close-knit feel between the cast, and so I know it's a bit of a red flag when I wouldn't really consider SpecDub work, but at the same time we do try and keep a professional attitude towards creating entertaining content and other things, sort of other backstage things that everyone's privy to. We've built the banter that we've got on solid and sound and close friendships, and so I mean, I was mates with, well, at least I like to think I was mates with Cyber before we. Oh
yeah, 100%.
Before I invited him on, and
you set fire to my ship and killed several pigs, as well as threw me off a cliff in Helldivers 2. We were pals, right? We were pals at that point. Right?
Exactly. And that's all you need to do to be pals.
It's called friendly fire for a reason, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And I've known Space for years.
If you're on one of Ben's streams where he's playing Sea of Thieves, all you got to do is kill him.
Fuck off! No. Oh, I've dug my own grave there, haven't I?
But yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Next time I log on to Sea of Thieves, it's just going to be a sea of blunderbombs. The sun is gone.
The sun is gone. Only fire.
Like that one bit from 300, just the arrows, fucking.
Exactly. But yeah, like I've known Stace even longer than I have Cyber. I was introduced to Stace and the group of friends that we have through another mutual friend that I used to work with, and so I've known Stace for ages. Kira, I got to know quite well through her own Twitch escapades, and I am very proudly the starter of the rumor that she hides cheesecake in her attic. That is.
Yeah, that was really bad.
That was.
I thought that was a Twitch chat. I thought that was a Twitch chat thing. Was that you?
It was a Twitch chat thing. That was me. It started in Kira's Twitch chat. Oh, and tell you, I may as well traditional SpecDub tangent. I may as well explain the story. It was the heart of COVID. And Kira was playing Resident Evil Village, which has relatively recently come out. Sorry, Resi 4. Sorry, it was Resi 4. So
wait, was it Diamond and Pearl? Hold on, I can check. Give me a minute.
Yeah, it was one of them. It was either Diamond and Pearl or a Resi game, right?
Yeah.
The three things that Kira will stream are Resident Evil, Pokemon, and Dead by Daylight. Right, three main things, and this might get a little bit confusing, but you might have seen him one or two times in chat. one of Kira's uncles on Twitch is Cybernator UK, or Cyber for short. So we've got Kira's uncle Cyber and Scottish Cyber, two different people. So when I mentioned Cyber in this story, not the FUD that sat next to me on the couch, it's Kira's uncle Cyber.
Unless our Cyber somehow knows my dad, and I never knew. But hey.
No, the secret is that Ben is your uncle.
Yeah, that's the.
Oh no!
Yeah. So like Mission Impossible, take off the mask. Like.
Oh dear God!
And so what ended up happening? Her uncle, Kira's uncle Cyber had COVID, right? And so for some reason, I think Kira's mum had made cheesecake or something.
Oh, it was Pokemon Down of Hole.
Yeah, Pokemon Down of Hole. There we go. And he came in. He was isolating as you should do, as there was supposed to be the norm at the time, and.
This was the style at the time.
Kira was eating a slice of her mum's cheesecake, which I am told on good authority is very delicious. And he came and said, I wish I had a piece of cheesecake. Kira, in all honesty, didn't mean anything by it, but her wording was perfect for banter. It was, her exact wording was, why don't you get your own cheesecake? Oh wait, you can't, kind of thing.
Oh no, okay, no, let me correct that. I said I went to my uncle. I went. Oh, get your own cheesecake, and then I paused, realizing that he was isolating, and went, oh wait, you can't. Like, I didn't mean it in a malice way.
So it's like you're going, okay, your own cheesecake. Oh wait, you can't. You didn't realize you said it that way. Oh.
That is fucking brilliant.
That ended up just evolving. Kira will know I will take any chance to take the piss, right? And just absolutely just
in general.
Just in general. And I saw a golden opportunity. We sort of both me and her uncle Cyber just sort of ripped into her for it. But that wording was
great.
And and that just evolved into Kira. Where are you hiding all the cheesecake? Why can't we have any of your cheesecake? Then I started going, in your basement. It's hidden in your basement, kind of thing. About 3 or 4 months later, she went, I don't know why you keep saying basement. I don't have a basement.
I don't have a basement. It's in the attic. Which, the attic is right above my room, I add.
Yep. Oh, well, there we go. Now we know where it's all gone.
Yes, so...
there's a big dip in the ceiling when it's all sat.
Exactly, yeah. And so, yes, Kira is now a hoarder of cheesecake and kidnaps it and puts it in her attic because of one poorly worded sentence. It's
all it takes.
Hey, listen, I just had a string of bad luck on stream when playing Sea of Thieves once. People still blame me for storms in any game they're playing. Right? I just had a string of bad luck where every time I spawned in Sea of Thieves, there was a storm.
You came up with Stormseeker Cyber for your...
Yeah, because you'd already started taking the piss of me blaming me for storms. So I went, fuck it, I might as well lean into it and name my pirate Stormseeker Cyber. Got as much like stormy stuff as I could, made a full outfit based on this fucking meme, right? And now it's got to the point where it's not even, folk aren't even playing Sea of Thieves, right? It's got to the point my girlfriend will be playing Red Dead 2, right? And I'll just get a text while on stream just being like, Storm, you're a dick. And I went,
we have talked so well. We've talked so well. I'm so proud. I'm so proud.
Oh shit! Jesus. Oh god. Just outside. There's this. Oh my god! There's a storm outside. Cyber.
I legit get no. You say that as a joke. I genuinely get the blame for Storm Arwen at one point. Like I genuinely. I'm not even fucking kidding. A real life storm blew through this country and folk were going, Cyber.
I am going to blame you. And I'm going to blame you purely based on the name of the storm. Because there was a Storm Bert that year, and they didn't go with Storm Ernie. It irritates me.
That is annoying, yeah.
I just checked chat. It was 4 years ago, the cheesecake comment. And I'm still getting for it.
But yeah, and then Misha saying, yep, you caused storms last night, Cyber, on Red Dead for us. Fucking see what I mean? It doesn't even matter what game it is. It's fucking the comments happening on Twitch all the 4 years ago is mad though. 4 years ago, fucking hell.
And this is how much I stick to the bit. This is
fair play.
So it means for the next year going and the years going on, Kira will still be small. And Cyber will still be a fan of Celtic.
Get fucked. That is one that I don't like. That is
Yeah, I mean, you must have been you must have had your eyes glued to the telly last night with the England match, mate. You know, we all know how much you're a big fan of the England national team. It's,
Mate, even I'm offended by that. I don't even watch football.
Aye,
Don't
come on
say
to
that to a
fuck.
Celtic person.
No, it was Thursday night, and had the score on my side while we were having a SpecDub meeting of the Scotland-Greece game. Right, we won 1-0, but it was a fucking dirty 1-0. I'm going to be honest. Right, Greece played dirty, and Scotland, rather than rising above it, went, "Ha ha, let's go."
Side note, I've just been delivered food.
Oh,
Nice.
Congratulations.
Hehe.
And salutations.
Have you got cheesecake? Or are you going to hide it up in the attic?
Yeah,
She
yeah,
doesn't
totally.
She doesn't get delivered them, she steals them.
That's true. Yeah.
It's
wondered
delivered.
where
being
our cheesecake
stole,
went.
It's the same thing.
I see, exactly.
And here's me thinking
Gone.
my boyfriend was just a greedy dick.
Yeah, secretly
say
Kira
it,
just
Ben,
hiding
just say
everyone's
it.
walls. You know,
What?
Say it. I know you want to say it. I just
I'm not saying anything.
And his name is Nick. Just do it.
No. I just, for some reason, you just went in that way, and for some reason, Teenage Dirtbag played in my head, and I was like, why the fuck is that? Oh, yeah, because there's a line in it, boyfriend's a dick.
I'm just
Right.
used to him calling him Nick the Dick, but you know.
I just think it's funny. And it reminds me of Fallout 4, which is never a bad thing.
But the thing is, if I call
'Cause
him
this-
that, he immediately turns around and goes, "My name's Nicholas."
Nicholas the Dickolas. There you go. There we go.
phenomenal. Yeah, phenomenal. yes. So there's, but yeah, I think like I've known. In fact, I'm glad we've got such a great cast of people. In fact, I think everyone that's been hired thus far, we will be. As I said, we're expanding and we're sort of moving out to other hiring
Just do a
practices now that
quick
we.
proviso with that.
Yeah.
We are talking about bringing other people in and stuff like that. I want to point out with you guys listening and maybe getting excited over joining and stuff potentially in the future and putting your list. We are talking about over the next year. This isn't something that's going to happen next week, okay?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of
no,
course.
it's not,
No, it's not. Like we have two projects that are ongoing, and both are currently fully cast.
Mhm.
Yes, yeah. These projects are going to be a while in completion. Kira's one is probably going to be about 8 to 10 weeks of episodes. With Phoenix Wright, we have two more. We have two or three more cases, each of which are sort of 6 to 8 episodes long. So that's going to be a long while before we start casting. But we will be opening auditions and stuff up for any future projects that are in need of extra characters. So, but yeah, all of our hiring practices so far, I think have all been people I know. Because obviously there's you three. There's
Do I know you?
well, maybe not. I don't know.
Who are you again?
Yeah, who's she? Why is she here? I can barely
That
see
is
her.
true.
She's so small.
I'm just the dog they decided to bring in one day. I don't know what to tell you, okay?
And there goes the furry
Yeah.
joke.
There we go.
There we go. You know, in fairness, for the first
Found
month, for the first month we called her Trash Panda because we found her in the bin out the back of the studio.
Exactly.
I love how he says that in the back of the studio, like we're all sat in the same fucking huge studio together at the moment. And
We
for some
totally
reason, Ben's
are, I mean, you
directing
know.
his
That
bed.
is, I'm not gonna lie, that is a dream to have a studio in which I've just got a bed where if a job just get too tired and I just go, I'm gonna take 5.
And then literally take 5.
But no, yeah. And Bree, you know, there we go.
Oh, God.
Simon's done his back in.
Fuck that.
It
Come
did seem
on.
a bit violent when he went down there.
I'm always dramatic. Always dramatic. Yeah, Bree I met through the syndicate. And I remember meeting her in person a couple times at the now sadly closed Evermore Park that was in Park City. Not Park City. I think it was in Provo in Utah. Great place. Owners kind of ran it into the ground, unfortunately, with some terrible business decisions. But she was phenomenal in that, and I kind of went, I think Bree would suit this character. I'll see if she's free. And the person I know the least, but has been again a phenomenal addition, is Joel, who I met at my best friend's mum's wedding towards the middle of last year, and we kind of kept in contact. And I went, yeah, no, he's a working actor. I think he'd be a really good person to add on. He said he wants to practice, get into voiceovers and get some tips and tricks for it. Let's see if he's interested. He still was, and we brought him on. So that was
origin story.
Yeah, that was.
And with this idea of us bringing new people in, he'll no longer be the newbie. It's so. Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Hey.
Exactly.
I'm not the newbie anymore. Yay.
Exactly. But yes, it's been a phenomenal project to work on, and I feel very lucky that there are so many talented people that have agreed to come on board and just work with me on this kind of insane mishmash of an idea and turn it into a reality.
It's not just the voice cast here. We do have the moderators who do
That
a
is true.
good job.
Mm-hmm.
Please shut up.
Yes.
Yep. Hell yeah.
We do have our moderators, exactly. We have we have the wonderful Dynamite Han, who was our original and now head mod, who's done a phenomenal job for us. Since then, we brought on the wonderfully coffee-hating Gaming Rabbit,
My dear sister.
who doesn't hate coffee as much as I give a shit for. Yeah, so we brought her on as a mod, and as we're moving into being a non-for-profit studio, we will be bringing in. We have brought on an extra member of staff, sort of back-end stuff. You might see KLM09 in chat, my wonderful girlfriend. I hope I don't. Yeah, I don't. I hope I haven't surprised anyone with that, like I did on one of Cyber's streams.
You have a girlfriend?
A while back.
Yeah. That was hilarious.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, that was quite the comment made by Genty, but I won't go into that. Yes, she's been brought on as our social media lead. So she will be. We've got lots of. We've got a decent backlog of clips from previous streams that hopefully, with a bit of help with dealing with our upcoming social media platforms, you guys will be able to enjoy and look back and I remember that stream, that was fun. I didn't see that one, I'll go back and watch it or something. So that is yes. So,
and of course, we do have a lot of reoccurring viewers. And that's
we do indeed, yes, and that is that's what I'm most grateful for.
Pillars of the community, yeah.
Yes, we have so many great reoccurring viewers, and thank you all so much for sticking with us and giving us, spending your time with us. Time is a very valuable resource, and I'm glad that you choose to spend that with us. Thank you all very much for keeping SpecDub possible by turning up and spending time with us, whether that's with gaming content, whether that's watching Cyber getting pushed off a bridge, whether that is whether that
just
is
argue at each other constantly.
watching all the tangents and all of the random just talking shit to camera or whatever it is. We are very grateful for every single one of you turning up, even the people that turn up, watch, and don't interact with chat and any of our lurkers. We are grateful for every So thank you all very much for spending your time with us, and I hope that in return we've provided lots of laughs and lots of drama and drama in the acting kind, and just lots of good things. So thank you all very much, and I hope that we hope that we've made you laugh and and entertained you for the past year. Here's to many more years to come. Fingers crossed.
Absolutely.
Hey. Cheers.
Oh, reminder chat. Remember to keep an eye on the SpecDub YouTube channel, as VODs for Resi 5 may be going up soon, and I seem to remember a certain Cyberman made us a promise that, let me grab my phone, which is next to me on charge.
I believe it was 1,000
It
views
was
on the
the one-
final episode.
Yeah, I think it was the final episode. And when I can find the quote, give me a minute, it's in my notes.
I believe it was
I'm
1,000
certain it
views
was,
within the first month. I think I gave it, or
Where was it?
it was either the first month or the first 2 months. Either or.
Yeah, Cyber said within the first month, if
There
we
we
get
go.
300 views on that VOD and remind
300? I thought it was 1,000.
No, it's 300. If you put
Oh,
the video on repeat, then it counts for the extra views that he would play Resi 6 with me.
one.
And as far as I'm aware, our wonderful Dynamite Han gifted him Resi 6, so he has no fucking
I
excuse.
should have made it a grand. Should have made it a grand.
So, chat, remember, when that VOD goes up, which I will be posting in the Discord when it comes up, for obvious reasons, watch the shit out of it, put it on repeat for 24 hours a day.
I fucked up.
Just that 300 views so I can torture him with Resi 6.
Oh no.
Fantastic.
I don't forget, man. I don't forget.
I wish you did.
I just want
Yes,
to
yeah.
Don't make me play Resi 6, please.
Just because we were doing this whole thing of, welcoming people on board and thanking people and blah, blah, blah. Kendall did put in, I like these people a lot. Oh, that's nice. So I'm excited to help them build out the social media while taking the piss out of people I care about. That's about right.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
So that means I'm not going to get the piss taken care of me. Yes, there we go.
Shut up, you self.
I'm safe.
I think you'll probably get about 70% of the shit thrown at you. In fairness.
Ah, shit. No, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
And when it comes to thanking you guys for watching, we should have done something special for everybody for the 1 year anniversary. So tomorrow,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
shall I carry it on? I was kind of like
Yep.
leading.
Tomorrow.
I mean,
So tomorrow
Tomorrow.
we will be playing a community night.
Woo! Community night.
And if you haven't seen it already, go into the announcements on the Discord and you will see the voting list. Voting ends
Get
at
your vote in.
midnight. Is that right?
Usually, yes, our community night will, the votes will end at midnight. As this is a 1 year celebration, votes will close at midnight, not midday tomorrow. And don't worry, Stace, I'll keep an eye on that and let you know which one has won. But yes, it'll close at midday tomorrow. As it's a day, we want to give everyone a chance to vote for what we want.
Cast
At the
their
moment,
vote, yes.
yes, to cast their vote. At the moment, Jackbox is winning. So if you want to play Jackbox, go vote for Jackbox. If you want to play our list, any of the list of other games that we've got on there, be sure to vote for them instead. So you can boost the game you'd like to play with us up a little bit more, and see if you can help get that to win. So, any more?
I'm guessing that's a no from everybody. It is coming up to 9 o'clock,
yeah,
and it's
just-
usually when I like to finish this, I'll be honest with you. Although it
Fair
sometimes goes
dues.
on further because of tangents.
Yeah, very much so.
Love tangent.
But
So where can
I
we
just-
find you all? Oh, hang on, do you want to say something
so, but just before we do finish this up, obviously there's been a lot of love kind of thrown out for not only the cast of SpecDub, but those that are watching as well. I'd just like to take a little moment of your time, please, just to say a massive shout out, and please get as much hype and love in the chat as we can for the individual who founded all of this.
Yeah.
The wonderful Senor Shammers. Absolute fucking legend of a man. Saw that there was a gap in the market and went, you know what? I'm not going to wait for somebody else to do this. I'm just going to
monetize on that.
I'm going to do it. Right? No, I'm not monetized on it. Far from it. Because let's be honest, we're all skint as fuck. Right? So
Oh yeah, that point.
reminder, we broke.
Here's something for you
But
guys in
for
chat, right?
having
If
the
you can get
foresight to
us-
put this out, yeah.
If you can get us to a point where we become extraordinarily profitable, we assure you in the future when Kira has her own office, we will fill it with cheesecake.
No.
Why
we're
am
not
I
going
being
to do
thrown
that.
into this?
We're not going to do that. No. Far from it. No.
We'll get the
We're going to
smallest
fill
off.
it with. Exactly. We're going to give her the smallest office, and we're going to fill it with fursuits.
Yes.
Right?
I hate you lot. Swear to God. I hate you lot.
Nail it. Specifically,
That's
just
it. You're a
although-
does. I'm done. That's it. I'm done.
not full suits, just the heads, just the heads.
Oh,
So it looks-
no.
Terrifying.
So it looks like someone went on a really fucked up hunting trip, right?
Help me, chat, please. Help me.
The fellas from the hunting lodge went to AnimeCon and got confused. Right, that's what it's going to look like.
And we've even had one in chat from Kendall saying, and when Shammers has his own office, we're going to fill it with Raichus. Please do.
We're not going to fill it with one. We're going to get a big fuck off 6 foot tall cardboard cutout of a Raichu. And I'm going to sneak in the night. I'm going to sneak into the office at night and move it. Right?
That's genius.
Every day,
yeah.
Who will be?
So it's just slowly. So it's just slowly getting closer and closer to his desk. Right?
If you're going to get me a Raichu,
a set of jingly keys.
Of course, gotta love them jingly keys.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God,
He's got them. He's fucking got them.
He was waiting for the entire pod for me to mention.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. For the love of God, if you're going to get me a Raichu themed anything, please get me a Raichu themed coffee machine to soften the blow a little bit. That is.
No, I don't think we will.
I don't know if you want a coffee machine that's themed after a fucking rat. Right? I don't know what that's.
I've got images in my mind because coffee's a brown color. We just have Raichu's.
Oh,
anyway,
there we go.
Oh, I knew that would backfire on me somehow.
Yeah. But yeah, no, just all the love we can for Sick, because he's held us together through. He's been with us through thick and thin, and really helped steer us right, especially during some of the very difficult times that we've had throughout this year, whether it's been the strike, or myself having to step back for various reasons throughout the year. Whether that's been like other jobs or just personal shit and all that.
He is a wonderful founder and CEO.
What you don't see behind the scenes is just how fucking kind this guy is. Full stop. And yeah, getting nothing but time for you, mate, and really happy that this is worked out. And the fact that so many people have decided to spend their time with something that you created is a testament to you as a person. You're a fucking legend, mate.
Exactly.
You are far too kind to me. Thank you very much for all the kind words and all the.
I'll pay you back by
every single year you're gonna have these comments.
Yeah, I'll pay you back by throwing a firebomb at you or something next time we're on a galleon, right? We'll do like something.
Sounds about right. Aye,
I'll key in on it. Bye.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I wonder actually which I wonder if I can. I wonder if this makes it look like I'm leaning my.
Other way.
No.
Other way. There you go.
First time.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't right the first time on.
You're leaning on Ben. Was that the plan?
There we go.
There we go.
Other side, Ben. Other side.
Fuck that. There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Two of a kind.
Reach up.
Oh, I've just had Kendall say, Stace, read all the compliments.
Fuck the compliments.
Read them.
Yeah, we've got Becca saying, generally one of my favourite people, and you are such an amazing person, Cham. Kendall saying I might be biased. Yes, you are, so we'll skip that one. Babe with a perfect.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Fortune Spire. I know his kindness through Victor. He's a great man. Don't know who Victor is, but
Victor is my character on the Syndicate. Yes, he's a near 7 foot tall orc scholar, and I am. Yeah,
Shams is such a kind person. I feel so happy and lucky to be able to call you my friend.
You're gonna make me cry.
Also, Becca's put up a message for yourself, Stace, saying you may not be a founding member, but you're a massive part of SpecDubs, and we love you. Happy 1 year.
Too fucking right. I'm the only one that's done the fucking technology behind the scenes.
I love how the rest of us are like, oh no, stop it. Stace is like, fuck yeah.
She's like, too fucking right.
Yeah, too fucking right.
We're all just like, oh, don't stop it. Stace is like, I know, I'm good.
I own it.
We have like a server that we can share our files and stuff. And I'm like, I fucking run that server. It's right next to me in this room.
Yeah.
I can see it, the physical version of it.
Oh. Stace, you're a fucking G. I love it.
Well, this is where I want to announce that I am now going to be taking the ownership of SpecDub, and I will be in charge.
Oh fuck! Wait a minute.
This is totally where we announced that I'm going to step down and Stace is taking over. That's 100% what's going to happen here. Absolutely.
It's already happened. They just don't realise. It's fine.
This is a coup.
But no,
Exactly.
it's been lovely to have you all here and to have a whole year with you guys being there for a whole year. I've been here for what, like 8 months, maybe? If I'm
Call it a year.
Yeah.
Call it a year. It's been a year.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah, should have been here. I should have had the presence of thought to go, Stace would enjoy this. I'll invite Stace.
Yeah, for him to sit there and go, I wonder if I know any of my friends who enjoy acting may have a degree in it.
I wonder.
Oh, wait a minute. What about the one with a degree?
But no, it's been lovely hearing all this, and we might do one of these next year. I don't know if this is a yearly thing or whether we're just celebrating it's our first year. Maybe like
Honestly,
a 5-year
I feel like it should be a yearly thing to like look back.
Yeah, like a
Come on.
little State of the Union address type deal, you know?
I guess
Just
it gets to year 27 and just like, yeah, well, you saw the clips. That's what we did last year. Have fun.
And next year,
Right.
chat, this year anniversary will be in person. No, I'm kidding. Unless
I move and have a big enough space to have everyone up here.
I mean, for me, it would have to be next year because the following year I'd be moving to fucking Ireland.
That's fair.
You telling me I have an excuse to fuck off to Ireland?
Oh, you would be more than welcome.
I'm kidding. I don't need an excuse. Ireland's where the good whiskey is. So I don't need an excuse. The good cheap whiskey. You cannot beat a Jameson for cheap whiskey. It's fucking dynamite.
But yes, thank you all for coming here, and let's just do the usual rounds. I'm just going to go from the left of the sofa to the right of the sofa. Kira, where can we see you? Where can we find you? Where can we watch you through a window?
oh my,
That took a
personal one.
turn,
Oh my
didn't
God.
it? What the shit?
I've got one for all of you, don't worry.
You can't watch her through a window. She's too short. She's under the sill.
Hey!
Anyway.
you can find me over on YouTube under Curiosity Pug. I currently have some gaming stuff up, but I want to start leaning more towards voice acting stuff on there. So if you'd like to see that, please do consider subscribing. It would mean a lot. And if you would like to support me otherwise, I also have a book published on Amazon. It's available on all Amazons. And all you need to do is search Living Life Frame by Frame, Kira Rosewood, and it should come up. It's only about 82 pages and about $4.99 for the ebook, £7 for the paperback. They wouldn't let me put it any lower than £7 for the paperback. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, if you'd like a short read or know anybody that would like a short read, please do consider buying it. It would mean a lot. And I also have a author TikTok under the name of Rosewood Kira, if you would like to keep up with my author stuff and maybe voice acting stuff too when I get back to it.
And why was Ben holding
Can I
back
just-
his... Yeah.
Yeah, what were you holding
Because-
back?
2 words in chat from Becca. Cat door. I just saw that. It was like, fuck, that's brilliant.
Another good one from Kendall. Short read.
Aye.
Oh my god. Kendall, I thought we were friends.
Every book you ever write is a short read.
And next on to Cyberman. Where can we hear you? Where can we see you? Where can we see you sitting on a toilet?
Well, I thought was prepared. Fucking wasn't. So you can find me here on Twitch at Cyberman_360. I will be making some slight changes to my schedule in the coming weeks, so I'm not going to be saying like, oh, I stream from this fucking day, because that's going to change soon. But I have recently been streaming on behalf of Whiteley's Retreat, so all money that is raised throughout the stream, whether that's ad revenue, bits, it's donations, subscriptions, every single penny that comes through that stream is going to the wonderful people over at Whiteley's, who do a phenomenal job of offering short stays and retreats for families who have been affected by cancer and other life-changing illnesses. So really appreciate everyone that's been coming through there. Other than that, you can also find me on Spotify, where I have a podcast titled Archive Panic, which I host next to my very dear friend, Mr. Jacob Russo. The next episode for that will be going live this week, either Tuesday or Wednesday, depending, and it is on the 1979 movie Salem's Lot. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Nice. And lastly, Sham. Where can we see you? Where can we hear you? And what is your OnlyFans link?
Oh, it's Foot Finder Stace. God, get it right.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. So you'll predominantly hear me here on SpecDubs, at least well, at least once a week. With on Sundays, sometimes twice, but we will see. Elsewhere, I don't think you can find me elsewhere. I don't stream on my own personal channel anymore. I've been wanting to make sure that SpecDubs is growing, so I've been concentrating on that. And yeah, that's I'm considering putting creative writing out somewhere, maybe, but we will.
Do it.
We will see.
Do it.
Yes, so once that comes to fruition, I will be sure to let all you wonderful people know. I've also got a couple things on the back burner that you might be able to find me on. Or I might be able to hear my voice in at some point.
He's gonna make you go hunting.
But again, once that comes out, I will. Or once I can, once that comes out, and once I can confirm it, I will be sure to let you all know.
Oh, okay, that's it. Nice. Hey.
And, nice. Where can we find you? Where can we see you? Where can we find your collection of dildos?
Oh, okay. We both thought it was going a different way then. That's an inside joke. Yeah. Oh God, don't. That wasn't even intentional. So to start off with, you can find my collection of dildos underneath my bed, like most people. It's just how it works. And secondly, just follow the buzz.
No, is it bad? You know what the worst part is? You said follow the buzz. I instantly pictured the wee cunt for Toy Story just going, "Come on, over here."
But no, I am only here on SpecDub. I have been considering and throwing it around, may do some tech stuff on YouTube. I'm thinking about it because I have lots of things like old Xboxes, DSs that I can tear down and show you guys how it all works properly. And I am going to be building a couple of computers this year, so I might
Do it.
I might film myself doing that. I don't know. I'm considering.
Do it.
But yeah, other than that, you can find me here, and all of you guys can also find us here in a couple of weeks' time for the next SpecDubPod, where I want you guys to submit some questions. Jesus has been quiet. Like, come on.
Aye.
Go onto the Discord, submit your question. It can be anything you can even imagine.
Bring your A game.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
Give us some really strange ones. I mean, we have Joel. The things that come out of his mouth, the questions that come out of that alone, you know.
For a second there, I thought you were just being like, "We have Joel. He's a strange one."
We need to get him on a SpecDubPod at some point. I think he would
Joel's
just
weird questions.
Oh no,
he is a fountain of
Joe would be fucking great for that, yeah.
Oh, he would be, yeah, but it would just be nothing but a million questions throughout the entire episode.
Aye, that's great though. That's good content.
It would just be something like, yes, it seems like the war is getting worse. And then you'll go, by the way, guys, what kind of toppings do you like on your pizza? What?
No.
But yeah.
And the bodies were never found. Anyway, did you know that red squirrels are actually...
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. Oh, and what year was Nintendo created?
Yeah, that was the... Yeah, we're still waiting.
Aye, that was one.
And the Kit Kat conversation.
Oh, the Kit Kat. Jesus, the Kit Kat conversation.
Oh, wait a minute. They've released a proper chocolate bar now where you can just bite it.
It's fine. That one's acceptable.
It's great. I had a salted caramel one the other day. It was well nice.
Very nice.
Goes down well with a cup of tea, and that's the most British thing I will ever say.
But for now, we will see you all hopefully tomorrow. You better be there.
Fingers crossed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get your asses here. We want to celebrate with you guys. Get your asses onto the community night tomorrow.
Community night tomorrow.
If you guys don't turn up, Cyber gets it.
What?
That make them want to not turn up.
I know. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. I don't know how to respond to this. What do I do?
Exist.
Where'd I go? Who am I?
Well, your name is Ben. You're an avid Celtic supporter, and you.
I know that's wrong.
And you know how to commit. You know how to manipulate storms. That's totally who you are. I don't know what you mean. It's,
Oh my god!
That is
No, he
dubious.
just plays the Song of Storms every time on the bloody
No,
accordion.
no. Well, to start doing
You
cosplay,
go.
he can go as Storm from X-Men.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's dodgy. That is dodgy. Right? That is not one that I can do. Right? I think
I think he'd look nice.
that is not something that I can do.
yeah, Cyber is an X-Man confirmed.
That ain't okay.
It's an
That ain't okay. X-Man but that's an easy joke. I can't make it.
I think if we carry on with the jokes, we're going to be here all night. So I'm just going to
I
say,
know. Yeah.
good night,
Yep.
peeps.
Night, guys.
Bye bye.
Good night, everyone. Thank you very much for coming through.